I'm Melissa Timmons. I'm a front-end developer here in the city. I work for an organization called Hearing First, and we target kids with hearing loss and help them learn to listen and speak through technology. I do their front-end stack. I have a back-end developer I work with, and it's a pretty cool team. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to talk today about getting into tech, but then also how to keep your job, because that's a little important to know. First off, like breaking into your first job is probably like the hardest part, right? Like getting that first gig. When I started out, I got into web development by happenstance, kind of. I applied for a position as an administrative assistant, and part of the job was learning to manage the content on the website. And that was a little intense. And I didn't know anything about HTML, didn't know anything about CSS. And so first day on the job, here's where the pencils are. Second day on the job, girl is in labor. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then it was like Google, then it was books at the library, then it was like what classes can I take at the community college to kind of figure this out. And so I think places like this are really amazing and very helpful for you to find resources and people you can get your hands on and just really kind of get in and guide you. Your first job might not be your dream job, and I think that's just really important to own up front, in the sense that I did a lot of freelance work I didn't really want to do because I'm really bad at billing, not related to tech. It's just the management. I was really bad at billing, so I just had to be really flexible with that. I had to get into it, really just kind of own that, and do the hard things for me, which was billing. And you need to watch out for unpaid gigs. If you're gonna work for free, don't really work for free. There's got to be something in it for you, even if it's I get to put your logo on my website, or I get, you gotta really advocate for yourself. Those projects tend to drain your time and your energy and your resources if you're not careful. Build your portfolio, brand yourself, and get the word out. You can't network enough. There's a lot of really cool people in this organization, and who are just super well connected, and it's just really a good place to start. This is really, I think this is really important, because so if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure if you can do it, say yes, and then learn how to do it later, right? And it's just this is spoken to me. This is my career, in a nutshell. And I can't tell you how many times. Well, so from the very beginning, there's the baby. Okay, well, now here we go. And I really think that when you can kind of own this and just accept this for what this is, I think it takes a lot of the weight off your shoulders, and I think that you can deal with imposter syndrome a little bit better. I think that's something that people might run into in the industry. Gee, I don't really know what I'm doing. Well, guess what? None of us do, at the end of the day. But say yes to good opportunities, even if they seem larger than life. If it's a good opportunity and you have the ability to move on that, do it, yeah? Say yes to people who get you. There's no magic on earth like working on a team that clicks. And my very first real development job was with the dream team of university marketing departments. We were awesome. We had ice cream. We had all of that. We did all the fun, and but we just clicked. We were in sync, and we were just moving stuff, and it was so awesome. And I can't tell you the energy that came from that. And in subsequent places, I didn't realize how amazing and incredible that was, and what a gift that was. And for that to be my first real developer job was kind of incredible, So say yes to say yes to work you're passionate about. That for me is incredibly important, and I didn't really understand the concept of really being throwing yourself into your work. I I work for an organization, right, that's like helping people. That for me is very important. And I did ad agency work, and it just really didn't click for me. It was fine. It was fast-paced. It was fun. It was engaging work. But for me personally, it just wasn't enough. And so I sought out other opportunities that were more, that was just something I could get behind. You know what I mean? Like, it was just kind of, just for me personally, that's what I needed. But if you're passionate about C#, by golly, do it, like, say yes to things that challenge you. And this is incredibly important. This is so, so important, because we as developers, we are like in it for the long haul. It changes for real every single day. It does. And you cannot afford to stand in the one place and be like, okay, I got my certificate, I've got my diploma, whichever, whatever, and then just be done and settled with that. Like that's just not enough. That leads me to this. And this is from an article that Sarah Dressner wrote on CSS tricks, and she's just pretty brilliant in general, but the single most important valuable skill you can possess to remain employable over time is learning how to learn. I really was bad at learning, and I didn't know that about myself until I started doing this. And it was like, I didn't know my learning style. I didn't know how to focus and stay in the zone. I didn't know so much about that. And so it really has been the most important thing I've spent time on as a developer. And throughout my career, like as a new developer, as an fairly seasoned front-end developer, having that skill set has continued to allow me to have jobs and to show up every day. And if you're not doing that, man, you're missing out, especially in front-end, because front-end, it moves fast. Know your learning style and find the tools that work for you. They're out there. So if that's videos, if it's blogs, if it's Twitter, I have Twitter. Twitter is my, it is my bookmark. Like everything out, and so I need your app. I'm gonna go get that. But for real, I use Twitter as a personal bookmark, and I go back through that, and I'm reading, and it's ridiculous. It's crazy. But follow your industry thought leaders, local developers, and everyone in between, because you can learn something from every single person that you come in contact with. And as important as it is to stay in tune with what's going on in the industry, it's important to stay in tune with what's going on locally here, and then everywhere else. So what's next? And if you're a West Wing fan, this is Jeb Bartlett, and he's my favorite. Anyway, so as made famous by the West Wing, but also just a good thing to practice in life, asking yourself what's next. Set goals, not arbitrary timelines for your professional development as you're working through, I'm a planner, right? So I want to know 10 years on in advance, I'm going to be making this much money in this company, and I'm going to be doing this thing, and I've got it all planned, and it's fine. And that is not life, right? But setting realistic goals and expectations for yourself. I want to be doing this kind of work for these kinds of people, and not setting specific timelines, but setting something more like tangibles, right? Like things that this is the 5 days I'm gonna do these things, and I'm gonna learn React in 2 weeks. I don't know. But it's setting those tangible things, but knowing kind of the end goal, the long haul, like being in it for the long haul is really gonna be like your driving force, I think. Find ways to work towards those goals. That is where I fall short. Like so bad, if I'm not working on it at work, I'm not working on it at home, right? So, because the last thing I want to do when I get home is look at my computer screen. I've been doing it for 8 hours a day, and I love my job, but it doesn't cover everything I want to know, right, professionally as a developer. So work for yourself as much as you can, in side gigs, in tiny projects, in sandboxes. Find ways to continue your own growth outside of work. Yeah, that's speaking to me. But it's incredibly important. So anyway, that's what I got. Thanks, everybody.